Hi, I'm Aaron, and I'm everywhere. As a frequent traveler, I rent a new car almost every week. You can ride along if you want to while I try to figure out the features on these cars without the user's manual. Won't that be fun? So come along, let's go drive something. Volvo S60. This should be fun. On the touch lock, I like that this thing does this. It's just a nice little solid click. It's just a nice polite little beep instead of an obnoxious horn. First thing I notice when I get in is everything is loading. I've had about 6 loading icons now. And holy crap, somebody about 7 feet tall was driving this thing. The key has no key, just little micro push buttons on there, and there's a panic button on the other side. So right away, just trying to open the trunk, I set off the panic button on the alarm. So that would take some getting used to right there. The next big challenge is figuring out how to start this son of a bitch. There's got to be a push button somewhere. I would just pretend to keep adjusting the seat while I figure out where the hell to start this sucker. Ah, here, look at there. Start engine. Start engine, stop. Let's see what it does here. Ooh. Oh, it sings to you. Apparently it does not like that my seatbelt is not done. So mirror adjustment again for the sides. It's always just kind of a rough jumping off point on side mirror adjustments. I never really get those fully adjusted until I'm out on the road. And let's see about the steering wheel. Oh, telescopic steering wheel. Lots of range there. That's a good thing. So bring right up into my lap where I like it. Okay. Okay, it's kind of muggy in here. Let's see if we get some climate control going. Let's see. Oh, yes, I would like AC, please. And there's the fan. Oh, and the temperature's on low. And that fan is really high and really loud. We'll slow that down a bit. Maybe we will and maybe we won't. There we go. Takes a second to kind of respond to that. Close that out. And let's see how hard it is to sync the phone. No phone is connected. Let's see about that. Oh, look at all these naughty people who left their phones in there. Oh, we should see how we can get those deleted. So let's see. Anthony, you bonehead. We're going to disconnect your phone right now if we can. No, I don't want to connect to it. Holy crap, that air conditioner blowing ice cubes. So let's see if sometimes disconnecting phone is under add phone. Searching for Bluetooth devices. No, that's not it. Contacts. None of these guys are working. So how do we delete a phone? Swipe. Bluetooth. Swipe some more. Not a good sign. Yeah. Connect to the phone, connect compatible device. Where do we... Holy crap, is that thing cold? We have got to... It's like freezing my toes. I wonder if I can sync these. We'll do that later, I suppose. No, wait, let's do it now. AC, max, rear, periodic, auto climate. Yeah. I don't see how we... There we go, synchronized temperatures at the top. And now it requires only one. So if I move this one should move too. Let's see. Oh, it has a keeping lane aid, that's always nice. We'll demonstrate that later if we can without crashing. Let's see, backup camera, headrest, road information, collision avoidance. Yeah, it's got some nice features. Hopefully we won't need this one because we will be paying attention like responsible adults. When I say we, I mean me. Download center, travel link, driver performance, car status messages, Bluetooth. How do you get rid of Bluetooth devices? No phone connected. Pushing, cannot. Now it's trying to connect to it. So we're like 2-3 minutes into this and already I cannot figure out how to disconnect or delete previous phones. That's not a good sign. That's not very user-friendly, Volvo. Jeopardy music plays in the background while we are waiting for this motherfucker to do whatever it's going to do. All right, let's just try to jump to adding a phone. So it found it pretty quickly and connected to it quickly enough, and it looks like, why was that denied by my phone? Oh well. See, again, not a good sign because I said allow that to happen. So it's not going to happen via Bluetooth. Well, let's try to retry and see if it'll let us. We've been sitting here for 10 minutes now. I even looked it up on the internet, and it says that when you select telephone or select Bluetooth device, that there's supposed to be a delete device button. As you can see, there's add new or cancel, but there is no delete device button. If I push and hold that or try to swipe it or do anything, if I click add new, nothing happens, nothing that allows me to delete it. So already not digging the touch panel. It's really pretty, but apparently not user-friendly. What concerns me about this is what's going to happen on Friday when I go to delete my phone. Am I going to be able to do that? I'm going to have to work on throughout the week to try to figure out how to make that happen. So I'm not off to a good start here, Volvo. So let's move on to some other things. The cup holder and the regular 12-volt outlet are covered up by this cool thing, if you think that's cool. That's all right, I guess. The USB is hidden here in the center console, so we're going to plug that in and see how we do with if this thing has CarPlay. And it looks like we have CarPlay, so we're going to accept CarPlay. And yes, go ahead and do that. So we plugged it in and CarPlay pulled up immediately. Let's try this again. There we go. So when I did this the last time, it immediately disconnected the camera from recording, but it looks like we're okay now. So I don't know what that was about, but I love CarPlay almost as much as I love cough drops right now. One of the things that jumps out at me right away is that this dashboard and the panel here, it's got a lot of glare in it. Now, yeah, the camera lens is making it even more pronounced, but the fact of the matter is it's a little bit of a distraction when you're driving the car. At night, when I'm driving at night, it's been perfect, but during the day, it's been kind of a distraction. It's a completely digital dash. I mean, there are no gauges there per se. There's not an actual physical gauge. So it's pretty cool looking, but it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. Here's when you're running the map app. I'm not running any directions on this one right now. They'll tell you the speed limit along the road. One of the things I like about this one is it shows it right on the speedometer. So below the digital readout of how fast I'm going is the readout of the speedometer, and it's got this red line. So it just changed to 35. That red line there tells you where you're at and what the actual speed limit is. That's a pretty neat little feature. This one is clever enough that it even tells me when there's a crosswalk. Super smart. New cars have this thing called lane assist, and that's this line right there. There's two lines showing you where the road is, and what will happen is if you start to veer off just a little bit, it actually nudges you back. If you do that too many times in a row, it will actually show up with a little cup of coffee on the front of there and suggest a driver brake for you. Some vehicles are a little more aggressive about this lane assist than others. This one is not horrible. I found that it just kind of pushes you back, and your first instinct is to, when something's pushing your wheel one way, you want to move against it the other way. And when you do that, that's when it starts vibrating to say, hey man, you're not paying attention to the road. You need to watch where you're going. Not that that ever happens to me, because I always am paying attention to the road. I'm never not looking where I'm going. I'm always watching where I'm driving. I'm never looking anywhere but the road when I'm driving. I didn't fool with them, but it does have a couple of different settings in there where you can set it to comfort drive, normal drive, or a sports drive. And I just left it on the normal drive, and I'm here to tell you I was pretty impressed with that. Now I will say that the handling on this thing has been amazing. It is super, super comfortable to drive. It is extremely responsive. The brakes don't throw you through the windshield. The accelerator will jerk your head back if you stomp on it hard enough. And if you're driving down the road and need to get around somebody, this thing will whip right around them as fast as a Corvette. I mean, it has been very responsive, but not so responsive that you feel like every pebble feels like a speed bump. It's just been a real pleasurable car to drive. Now this mirror is super fancy because not only does it tell you what direction you're going, because you need that on the mirror, but it's auto dimming. It doesn't have one of those adjustment things on there. Now that's pretty cool. So if a guy comes up behind you at night with his brights on, then this mirror automatically dims itself. I can't demonstrate that to you because my stand for the camera doesn't go that high, and if I tried to hold the camera I might crash to have to show you that, and sorry, you're not worth it. Gas cap is on the passenger side. It's a big minus. I found that the cruise control and the navigating through radio stations, or if you're on your Bluetooth, like fast forwarding or reversing through songs or turning up and down the volume, all of these were very simple, very easy to use. Actually really liked that a lot. This damn thing over here was super cool, but it's just so damn fancy that it was difficult to navigate. Apparently I'm too stupid to operate this vehicle. This is probably where you'd have to have a salesperson when you buy the vehicle show you how to navigate through here. It's got some really cool things about it, but the navigation for a layperson is just not there. Now, aside from the obvious glare that I've already complained about, the some of the controls were a little bit kitschy. I like the air conditioning controls, the fan controls, because right now it's just blowing on me, as you can see. And then if I just do this, that's the floor as well. If I do this, that's the defrost. And so I can adjust these all I want. And then I can, well, let's not do that. There we go. So that's the fan control, obviously. And your selectors up here. And then down here is the temperature. Now the only problem that I've got with this is that every time I go to tune the radio or something like that, I have to turn this on, which brings up the climate control, and then turn it back off. So having it all on one is a little bit cumbersome. And I also had some issues going back and forth between just wanting to listen to the radio or wanting to listen to a podcast. It was not particularly user-friendly making those switches back and forth. So at this point I got a little irritated and started to look up some things, like for instance how to delete phones. But I did find this really cool thing. Right up here at the top is the owner's manual embedded right in the car. And so if I were to go, I don't know, something like this, featured articles and, you know, owner's information. But if you just weren't sure where you wanted to go, well, let's just go to the interior and take a look at the interior. And anything that you have a question about, well, you just push the handy little button and it brings up all the stuff that you want to know about that, which was pretty cool. but I kind of have an issue with trying to navigate around in this thing. So if I close this, for instance, and let's just say I wanted to go back to the radio control right now. See, they have profiles that I can save. So if I go to profile 1, I don't know what's happening there. Apparently I need to read the owner's manual, but I can't, like right now, I'm just trying to get back to the radio and getting back to that display. It clearly
can bring their full selves
have sound, but I can't figure out where the stupid radio is now. I can't get back to my Bluetooth. I'm just kind of stuck in this loop. And so far, I've just had to shut off the car and turn the car back on. So,
2 hours later.
So for instance, if I were to swipe over here, this turns on and off the lane keeping thing that jacks with your steering wheel. It's got a parking assist, cross traffic alert, the automatic start and stop. I turned that sucker off immediately so that it wouldn't turn the engine off every time I came up to a traffic light or a stop sign or something. And then of course that turns on and off your roadside information. And then there's your collision avoidance system, which is for your little mirror indicators to tell you when there's traffic coming. So all these things can be turned on and off. And the cool thing about it is that I found out in screwing around with it that these can be adjusted per driver. So if I were to go to that setting and go to a profile, I can set up different driver profiles that remembers each driver's personal settings. That is fancy as fuck, but I've been fighting the thing all week, and every inch of gain has been hard won. It has not been user friendly. Now, one of the people I was working with this week has almost the same car, except hers is an SUV, but same year and same dashboard packages and all that. And her car actually, while we were working, sent her a text message to say, hey, I'm unlocked. That's got to be the coolest thing I've ever seen. I haven't seen that in any other cars. I'm sure that it's out there, but that's pretty cool when your car reminds you that it's unlocked. But you've got to learn how to program the damn thing to begin with. You have to take like a week-long class on programming your dashboard for this car. And of course, we've got, ooh, right? This will, well, maybe it won't close because the keys are in the way. There we go. So you can do that if you want to. Have a nice slick look there. But my biggest issue with this is that, see, once I get a drink in here and get the keys there, there's simply no place to put your phone. All right? I don't like that. I like a place for my phone. So the Volvo did really good. I was really impressed with it. Drove like a dream. Sound was great. Stereo was great. Got about 28.5 miles to the gallon for the week overall. It's just that damn dashboard. You need a computer science degree to know how to program that stupid thing. I did not find that to be the least bit intuitive. I might take one for a test drive if I were in the market, but I don't know. I don't want to have to learn a whole new skill set just to drive a new vehicle. Next week we're heading down to, where are we going? Next week we're going somewhere in Florida. It's only going to be for a couple of days, so I won't have a car for a week, but we'll see what fate deals us. Hopefully it'll be something fun. Stay safe, guys.
Pointing her or her ass?
Yes.
Because that's an extra $20. So
Ooh, you strip club now all of a sudden? Okay. I like the attitude though. All right, what have you brought me? You're not sure, it sounds like.